All right, guys, it is officially time. I'm still a little sick. I'm still getting my voice back, so apologies for that. Hopefully, in the updates, it will just be better and better. But yeah, my mom finished this. She has been like, you need to be well enough to pick this up because I need to talk about it. She wants to dive right into the second book. So I'm very much curious and interested, and I'm so excited to get started. I'm going to start reading and I'll let you guys know my thoughts and just try to take you along as best as I can into my ability. So let's read the infamous When the Day Comes by Gabrielle Meyer. Okay, guys, so I read the first 2 chapters and I just wanted to give a small little update on how I'm feeling and stuff, like initial thoughts. First off, first sentence, really intriguing. I feel like I'm enraptured, I'm engrossed, like I'm in the story already, which is a good sign. So we've got 2 timelines. The first chapter was the first timeline in 1774, and then the second chapter was in, what was it, 1914 or something? And here's my thoughts, guys. This is going to be completely like spoiler vlog because so many people like this series. I'm going spoilers here, so which I don't normally do, so hopefully this will be fun. Here's my thing. She says, like, within the first chapter several times how she's already picked which timeline she wants to live in and that it's the 1700 timeline. So I'm over here and I'm liking this timeline. And then I'm reading, the next timeline and stuff. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, I don't like this because this girl went here and she kept saying how she's going to stay in this timeline. And I like that timeline. But because she kept saying that, I'm like, she's going to end up in the other timeline, isn't she? Just because she said it like 5 times in the first chapter. I don't know. We'll see if that happens. I personally I like the 1700 timeline better though. And we have Henry. We have Henry in the first timeline. And they all can't be together, it's a whole forbidden romance thing, and I'm here for it. I'm already shipping them because you tell them they can't be together and I'm like, nope. Tell a girl she can't be with the guy and I'm like, nope, that's your man, y'all need to be together, I'm rooting for you. Like, of course, we also don't have a love interest yet in the second timeline, so I don't know, but those are my thoughts, those are my initial feelings. I could be way off base, but I have like this feeling like, oh no, it's gonna be the timeline I don't like just because she said that. So we'll see how it goes. I'll give you an update probably more like a quarter to halfway through, unless something drastic happens. But I just wanted to give some initial thoughts straight up from the first 2 chapters and the timelines and everything. So I am enjoying it and liking it, though. I like her writing style and everything. So I am excited to read some more. Hello, guys. Okay, so I read up to page 142, chapter 11 of When the Day Comes. This is a little difficult. Baby's getting more active. All right, so I just wanted to give a little bit of an update. I'm not quite halfway, but I think I'm close to 40%. So, and I had some thoughts. So, I have a theory. I have a theory that because she keeps saying, oh, she's not going to stay in the one timeline, that's the timeline that she's going to end up choosing. But my theory now is because there's this whole thing with her mother, first off, is, oh my gosh, manipulative as heck. Oh my gosh, that woman is crazy insane. Where does she get off? I understand now. I was talking to my mom. I was like, I understand now why you were talking about being so frustrated, because she is a frustrating character. Oh my goodness. Okay, so anyway, so my theory is that she is now, because of the way things are going, I think she's going to be forced to marry. So she's going to get married in the 1914 timeline. And my thought is that she's going to get pregnant. And so because whichever timeline she chooses, the other one she like dies in, and then her conscience like stays in the other one. I think that she's going to choose that timeline because she doesn't want to unintentionally kill her unborn child. That's my theory. We'll see if it happens. But that's just my thought process. I'm still voting for and wishing for the 1700s Williamsburg timeline because I just like that one better. And I am still shipping her and Henry. So I got a lot of thoughts and feelings here, but that is like just the way that she's writing it is making me think, oh, this is gonna happen, isn't it? So I don't know. I could be way off base. I could be totally wrong. This will be just fun and interesting to see how right or how amazingly, splendidly wrong I am at the end of the video. So yeah, that's where I am. And I'll update you guys again, maybe closer to like 3/4 the way through. And then at the end, probably. I don't want to do too many updates, but yeah, those are my thoughts so far. I am enjoying it, guys. I am very much engrossed. I mean, I think the fact that I read almost 40% of it in the first day goes to show that your girl is liking it a little bit. So I'm going to try to get more read today and give y'all an update when I can. Okay, guys, so I have like a quarter-ish left, and I'm gonna give some final thoughts right now. First off, I was right about the baby, and I'm like so proud of myself for that. Don't like it necessarily, but I'm just proud that I guessed that right. But here are my final guesses and my final thoughts. Is I think that she's gonna stay in the 1900 timeline because of the baby, and I think that her husband in that timeline, I think since he was like going to go off to war, I think he's going to die. And so I think she's going to have like more freedom and stuff. But I don't know if this is possible, but I thought this would be so cool because we all want Henry, you know, we all want Henry, right? So, what if Henry was also a time crosser and his other life was like in the 1900s and they end up crossing paths again and still getting to be together? Probably a little bit too hopeful, but I think that would be cool. But those are my final thoughts before the end here. And yeah, it's getting too late now. I'll probably finish this up tomorrow. But I'm excited. I've been really enjoying this. So I knew it. I knew it! I knew it. I was right. I was right. I was right. Oh my gosh! All right, guys, I finished When the Day Comes by Gabrielle Meyer. book one in the famous Timeless series. I don't even know what to say, guys. It's the next day. I finished this late last night. Not late. I say late. Do I mean late? I have 3 kids. I meant like 9 o'clock. Anyway. Wow. First off, I'm astounded that I guessed so many things. And I'm so proud of myself for it. Anyway. I understand now why my mom was like, I need to read the second one. Like, it has to be about that. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But yeah, this book, oh gosh. Okay, first off, I will say I put it through my rating system and it got just barely, but it did get a 5 stars in my rating system. I'm still like slightly undecided about whether or not I want to give it a 5 stars though. I don't know why though, because when I like talk about it and I like ask the questions, my big questions, I'm like still thinking on it and I couldn't put it down and all these things, but like I don't know, 5 stars so often just have to give me a certain feeling on top of all that. But I'm trying to be more like subjective in a way with my rating system to be more fair and have it not just be all about my feelings. So it's not like a 6 star, 5 star type of read, like they say, which doesn't make sense, but but I don't know. Like if it's not a 5 star, it's as close as it can get without being a 5 star. But kind of think I might just give it the 5 star. I don't know. Hi guys, so I just wanted to hop on here real quick and say that I did decide to change my rating after sitting on it just a little bit and talking to my girl Kay. She mentioned how in her rating system she has like a little half-star doc or add-on for depending on like how a book makes her feel, like the vibe of it. And so I felt like that's what I needed. I needed to dock half a star just because it just didn't quite give me that 5 star feeling. So 4.5 star feels right to me for this book, I think. I still totally understand everybody who gave it a 5 star. I mean, it reached 5 star in my rating system. The faith elements are really, really well done. I loved the writing and like the story. It was so engrossing. It's such a unique concept. So completely understand those who give it a 5 stars, but it just didn't quite hit for me. So I'm landing and keeping it at a 4.5 stars. Yeah, I'm landing at that. And that's my final rating. So I just wanted to put that on there to make it clear that I did not end up giving this a 5 stars after all. I really liked it, and I really want to read the next one. I understand why people are obsessed with the series. I am not crazy into the historical genre. I've definitely gotten more into it, and there are authors who can do it in a way that I am so intrigued and so love, but I can't just pick up any historical fiction and just love it. So, but this is definitely an author who can do it in a way that engrosses me and that I love and enjoy it. And it was just so fascinating and it was such a fun ride. A very unique concept. And the next one sounds like a hoot and a half with 3 timelines. That's insane. But I think my girl Kay and I are going to dive in together when we both get the book and get a chance or whatnot, because she's a little intimidated by the 3 timelines, and that is kind of a lot. So, like, why not do it with a buddy? But this has been so much fun. I am so glad that I vlogged this. Hopefully, it wasn't too boring for anyone. And now I have a new like favorite book. These are also just gorgeous covers, but was I the only one who could not figure out for the life of me which side was supposed to be Williamsburg and which one was supposed to be like the 1700 and then the 1900s? I was like, which one is which? And then there was one part in the book where she mentioned something and I was like, oh, okay, so this must be it. She mentions always like wearing her hat and having her hat on or whatnot at one point and sticking her hair in her hat in the Williamsburg timeline. So that the Williams is that the 1700 one and then this is the 1900 one? I feel like the other ones that I've seen, a lot of them are pretty clear, but for some reason Me and my mom were both like, which one is this supposed to be? I don't know. Anyway, just a little rant, but thank you so much for coming along. I would love to know, when you read this, did you guess anything from the start, or like throughout start guessing things? Were you right? Were you wrong? Did it completely surprise you? I would just love to know, am I in the minority with guessing a lot like I did guess? Or is it pretty typical? I'd love to know what your experience was with the book, and I hope you guys enjoyed this full spoiler vlog on it. And yeah, I know that there's some who don't love this series. And I know some of that can be for heavier subject matters, and there was some frustrating stuff and depressing stuff, and it's not all, happy-go-lucky the whole time, but I really loved it. I loved how the faith elements were woven in, and honestly, I loved how it came together at the end. It was so, 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 so cute at the end. I was like so happy. I was like, I didn't think I was going to be able to be this happy. I had guessed the thing with Henry, but I kind of guessed it like jokingly, thinking that's never gonna happen because that's too nice, and I can't have my happy ending. But I got my happy ending, and I'm so, so very happy about that. So yeah, let's chat about it down in the comments. Are you a fan? You a hater? Everybody's welcome down in the comments. So thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.